Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. Ra, Asha, Pan, and to some extent Luce in the Lynn-Body-Mind.
That's true.
Black Wolf, Fritz, Betty Jean in the Jamie-Body-Mind. We believe the assignment for this videoed portion of our work today is to continue with our focus in higher dimensions where there seems to be this same group of souls working together in a higher dimension.
That's true.
However, we could be wrong. Our overarching intention is to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. And that is enough for us to base this session on. With that, it begins. We seem to be in one of those meetings.
That's true.
At that farmhouse where Pan is an organic farmer, but where our group is now meeting and working out of.
That's true. We're all sitting around the table.
There's some whistleblower here.
That's
we have
true.
somehow managed to get someone to come meet with
That's
us who
true.
works for people
Way big deal
way
people.
big deal people.
That's true.
And this guy knows that there's lack of integrity,
That's true.
corruption, and we have somehow gotten him to come talk to us.
That's true.
I don't know how that happened.
It feels like there's some personal link.
He knows someone who knows
Yeah.
someone, and they said, look, you need to go talk to my friends
Right.
because they're working on this, and this is eating away at you.
That's true.
And you'll feel better at least if you just tell them what's
That's
going
true.
on. He doesn't want to give us his real name, and that's fine.
No.
And so he said, I'm not going to tell you my real name, but you can call me
Mr. Smithers.
Mr. Smithers.
That's what I heard. I could be wrong.
That's really funny.
And that's kind of who he is.
Yes, he's Mr. Smithers. He definitely knows where the
Bodies are
skeletons
buried.
Yes.
That's true.
Well,
Yes.
Mr. Smithers, we're not going to blow your cover,
No.
but we would like to know what you're willing to share with us.
That's true. He's pulling out folded pieces of paper that look like notes taken in meetings. And they're meetings with people that the public does not know his boss is meeting with.
Definitely not.
And it feels like a variety of different figures. Some of them are political, and some of them might be religious.
Yes, I was just feeling that.
But like big people.
Felt like the Dalai Lama.
Kind of, yeah. It feels like the Dalai Lama. Who are agreeing to like say Monsanto is good, Monsanto is...
Or to stay quiet.
That's true.
The Dalai Lama person, and that's just
Yeah.
a metaphor, is saying, I'll just be quiet.
Right.
And there's some quid pro quo.
Right.
You know, we'll support your cause with China, quote
Right.
unquote, if you just stay quiet about this. And
That's true.
the Dalai Lama is asking the wrong question.
That's
He's asking
true.
what
What's the
is
best thing for my
the Tibetan people.
Right.
Yes, for my people, which isn't really the best and most important question.
That's true.
When we start with the wrong question, when we're not beginning at the beginning, we ask the wrong questions and we get the wrong answers and make wrong decisions. And this is how it is for all of us. We're all error-making machines.
That's
Me too,
true.
me too, me too, me too. So how may we be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? If that person who we're calling the Dalai Lama
Yes.
is just a metaphor, a good person, had been asking himself that, let's ask to be shown. If he had asked himself, how may I be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now, what I see is him standing up and
Yes.
saying, you've got the wrong man.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
That's true.
And walking out.
That's true. And then making a phone call,
And then
and then
making a
another
phone-
phone call, and
yes.
then another phone call.
That's right. And saying, no, I'm not staying silent about
That's
this.
true.
This person, this decision maker,
Right.
is crooked,
That's true.
corrupt, rotten,
That's true.
and would begin the whistleblowing.
That's true.
And I see other people who are basically whoring themselves
For money. That's true.
But now, how may we be of service right now
to trigger the awakening right now?
Here we are, and we've got this group of higher souls.
That's true.
And they aren't in physical bodies, if I've got it right.
That's true.
Because they seem to be able to get our transmissions right into the room.
That's true.
And that implies
non-physical. That's true.
So I know that Pan and Ra, those aspects of Pan and those aspects of Ra, have been in and out of this body.
That's true.
But the others haven't.
That's true.
And maybe it's time for everybody to just do a bounce
dive. That's
Come
true.
on in and see what it's like. Now, don't do it all at once.
No.
That would be a disaster.
That's true.
To be harnessed up, safety harnesses,
That's
and clean up first. You know, wash your hands and
That's true.
face, change your clothes, get clean.
That's true.
Gather up supplies, because those are the rules, and we can't make exceptions for you just because you're our higher souls.
That's true.
That we're working with consciously.
That's true.
All the higher souls who come in are required to bring supplies.
That's true.
And haul out trash. Come in with supplies and haul out trash.
That's
pack
true.
in and pack out. That's how we do it when the infrastructure breaks down.
That's true. So there's the black wolf in the harness, aspect of self in the harness.
I see Luce in the harness.
I see Luce in the harness.
Ra and Pan seem to be working the safety harness lines.
That's
because
true.
they've already done this. They did
That's
this
true.
overnight. So they can be the support crews for everyone else.
That's true.
Okay, Luce. Woohoo! I feel like he's putting me on like
That's
a glove.
true.
He's a pleasure to work with when he's got his alignment on.
That's true.
But there is a wiggle in his alignment that you know, he's only here for a day trip, so to speak, so it's fine.
That's true.
But that would be a problem. And so just kind of like a good information for you to have is you've got this weird wiggle in your energy body. That's not going to help you.
That's true.
Wherever you're working, whatever you're doing, that's not going to help you. So if I were you, I would want to work on it.
That's true.
That's kind of like what the machine says.
Yeah.
It's like stand on the scale and it gives you your fortune.
Readout. That's
yeah,
true.
your readout. That's what the machine says.
That's true.
What's going on over there?
Squishy. I'm trying to figure out what that means.
And what's squishy?
Right, what exactly is squishy?
Feels more like you aren't actually in all the way.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
going.
true.
Keep going.
Deeper. There we go.
There. That was a shift. Now what do you notice?
It's dark and quiet.
Do you see the instruction manual anywhere?
No, but maybe I'm not looking in the right direction.
Has to be shown the instruction manual.
And just to start going page by page.
Is it relevant?
Is it relevant? Is it relevant?
Ooh, that one right there is
Yeah.
relevant. It's like a simple exercise.
Yeah.
Go find this easy thing and pick it up and put it in its right place. Something like that. What does it present as? Feel like?
It
What do you
looks like a
notice?
peg, like a wooden peg.
Mm-hmm. Square or round?
It's
Or some other shaped peg?
square.
Yes.
I'm putting it in the square. Well, there are 3 square holes, so which is the right one? The one on the left. Putting it in that one. In such a way as to trigger the awakening right now. Now going to the manual. And then like flip the switch.
Yes.
Flip the switch in such a way as to trigger the awakening right now.
Stretch longer, longer, longer.
Longer. And now what's going on with Luce? Do you have your manual yet?
I have the manual and I have what I'm supposed to do, but I, for some reason, don't want to do it. I'm supposed to pull up something that's somewhere where it shouldn't be. It's kind of like
true.
disconnecting something, like the metaphor is that there's an enormous extension cord coming in, plugged into this power outlet.
That's true.
And it's taking the power elsewhere.
That's true.
And I didn't know that this was here, I don't think. But I know the people who I've had enough time just now to figure out who's on the other end of the drain. And it's
That's
like,
true.
oh, but I like those people and I know those people.
Right, that's true.
And it might be the Vanovanovs.
Ah, it might be the Vanovanovs.
Yeah. Ah, right. But I also remember that Ulysses is perfectly willing to throw me under the bus.
That's true.
Um,
Actually, he was hoping that you would trigger the awakening and then die immediately.
That's true. All right. That makes me feel better about unplugging this.
Right, there's a line between perfectly willing and hoping.
That's true. It's a pretty significant line.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right. So I can unplug this. And I don't need to. I even asked up, should I give them warning? And they said no, they didn't give warning. If they had given warning when it was plugged in, the law of cause and effect would allow them, attract warning to them right now, but they gave no warning.
That's true.
So the law of cause and effect would mean that no warning, they don't consider warning necessary.
That's true.
Okay, no warning is necessary. I think that what I'm supposed to do is pull this cord up through the chipper and everything that's connected to it and do it really, really, really slowly.
That's true.
And run it through the Fritz sensors, the Fritz created sensors.
That's true. I have a thing like that too. It's meshy, netty thing.
Boop, boop, boop. Now some people are starting to run through, and they are cousins of mine, people I know. And
I do feel like familiar people.
Yeah,
That's
they're
true.
familiar people. I'm just running them on up. I'm not going to get hung up in who it is. I'm just going to do it. I'll start to correct the errors. I see that I myself probably had something to do with this. That's what game theory would say, right?
That's true.
It's kind of like asking me questions about the layout.
That's true.
And I just wasn't really focusing on why they might be asking me those questions.
That's true.
And told them things that I shouldn't have said. But at the time they were working in the sky pillar, and so it sure seemed like it
the right
was
thing to
the
do.
right thing
That's
to do.
true. And helpful.
And helpful, making everything work better.
That's true.
Well, that was a mistake, correcting my errors. What's the real error? Listening to the wrong people, trusting the wrong people, asking the wrong question. That's
asking the wrong
question.
That's
How
what
may
mine
I
feels
be of
like.
service? Same.
Yeah.
How may I be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? Boom. Well, out comes that power cord.
There, out comes the net.
Tune. And I start to feel like I need to submit this work and then get out of here.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
Submit the work.
Submit,
Wrap, tuning. I'm using my tuning to get it as close to divine perfection as I'm able to get myself,
right,
and then I start to wave
my learner's
permit, asking for beings of the light who know exactly what to do, and committed to continually finding a way to desperately want the awakening to succeed right now. Probably by tuning into the screams of the suffering. Just listen to it. This isn't a game civilized people play.
That's true.
There. To make this work right. I think I have to leave now.
Yeah.
I have to go back up to that room up there. Whew, now I feel like I'm upstairs again and taking off my harness and saying, that's a wild ride.
If I look up, I can see you in the...
Yeah, I think you're supposed to stay where you are, but I'm supposed to be up here. Well, so we can call for another higher soul, Black Wolf, to come in. Well, to me it just looks like that hologram of you just got filled out with life again.
That's true.
And I see Ross saying next.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Asha says she feels like an idiot for not having noticed that. She says she tripped over it and she just felt it, and it felt so familiar.
That's true.
That she didn't stop and focus on it, but she didn't stop to say, wait a minute, why is there a giant power extension cord running down the hallway?
That's true.
Which made no sense.
Right. That's true.
I can relate. It takes me about 15 seconds to lose my focus.
Me too.
Play the grace, playing the grace to get the alignment, and then do what we're supposed to do. Asha is saying, wait a minute, where there's one, there might be others. Ah, excellent point. Okay, so now intending to draw in all the power cords that have been plugged in.
It's true. Ooh.
Lots of them.
That's true. I'm getting handfuls. Snaky handfuls.
Pulling them in
and then
through the chipper gently, up, through the machine that shows who it is, so that if we are making a mistake, we can undo our errors. These are all familiar people. They are people who had worked on our project but have wandered off and gotten lost, just like we're all wandering off moment by moment by moment. But they're not refreshing themselves, not working properly with grace, not doing their part, not stepping up enough, basically, to keep the grace flowing.
That's true.
Oh, there's so many familiar faces. Like, look, here's Charles.
That's true. Garth.
Paul.
That's true.
Well, then the list is going to get really long.
That's true.
All our friends who aren't working right now are draining the energy.
That's true.
Bing. Well, that explains a lot.
Oh, that's true.
Right. Unplugging.
Unplug. Whoa.
Right. This means something. It's something significant and important.
That's true.
Clearing the drains of energy, the drains of support. For all of us who are in the physical dimensions, stepping up to do the work of Spirit.